Dear colleagues, I want to present our work hardware-software system for measuring thermophysical characteristics of the materials and products. Accurate measurements of the thermophysical characteristics of materials and products required in almost all modern fields of technology. Measuring information can be used in wide areas of science and technology development, such as construction, energy, metallurgy, materials science, aviation, astronautics, electronics, and mechanical engineering. The key problem what we now have is that for each characteristic use separate measurement system with very demanding metrological support. The purpose of this work propose the methods for measuring thermophysical characteristics that can be unified in one measuring system, define the main characteristics which are necessary for carrying out measurements and metrological support, implement hardware-software unified system, proposed methods for measuring meteorological support of the system. For the system proposed steady-state method, which based on measurements of the heat flux passing through the sample and the temperature difference between working surfaces of the sample. Thermal conductivity calculated by formulas presented on slide. Thermal conductivity of thin layer coatings measured nearly identically to the materials. The key difference in this case is that the coatings placed on well-known material in thin layer. The calculation made by formulas shown on slide. Emissivity is a very important characteristic for energy-efficient glass and thin coatings. This method requires two identical samples of glass or coated material which are collected in package having layer of air with known thickness. The package is placed in measuring cell of the system and determines the thermal resistance, which depends from heat transfer in the package. Based on obtained results, the emission of the coatings is determined by calculation. Particular interest in modern technology for monolithic frame construction is the study of the process of hydratation of concrete mixtures for forecasting the strength and durability of building structure. For this method, use special cuvette which a prepared sample of concrete inserted in measuring cell of the system, and the intensity of its heat release during hydration is recorded according to the signals of heat flux sensor. Implemented system for measuring thermophysical characteristics of materials and products. Technical specification of implemented system shown on slide. Also implemented hardware-software models of the system, which consist from model for setting and maintaining measurement mode, model for recording primary data, for registration temperature and heat fluxes, model for control of the system, and model for processing and measuring information, which do processing of measurement data, and also have a model for analysis of meteorological characteristics. For model of analysis of meteorological characteristic, proposed algorithm for determination of this characteristic and presented the result of studying meteorological characteristics of the system. Analyzed methods for measuring thermal, physical and thermal radiation characteristics which can combine in one unified system. Implemented hardware-software model of unified system for research of thermophysical characteristic. Also provided algorithm for studying meteorological characteristic of system by indirect method, presented results of meteorological studies. Thank you for your attention.